I came to the solstice viewing today just to see the pattern the sun makes when it comes up in the morning and then when it goes down at night for the sunset, and I really learned a lot by coming here today. I know nothing about astronomy. I probably know the planets and that's about it.
I want to make sure everybody has at least a basic sense of how this circle of rocks work. We're standing right here, where this post is the center where Judy began building this and stretched a line and made a circle of stones. The first set of stones was put in about 15 years ago. They're shorter stones that you'll see kind of the inner ring out here, and they're placed at special positions, and then some years later, after getting some donations, she was able to put in these taller stones behind. And they mark special locations, special directions. So if you're standing right here, the sun is headed towards that rock over there that says summer solstice sunset. And it's coming down at this kind of angle here. One thing to notice, so standing right here, the sun is coming down at an angle. If you were out here this morning, it rose over the rock behind you. I've got a little Earth here, and I don't know if you can see, it's there's North America, so there's New England, so I've got my finger on New England here. And of course we're standing on the Earth, a little bit bigger than the one I'm holding in my hand. This plane that we're standing on is really just our piece of the round Earth. And this, you may know if we came out here a little earlier, this axis points up toward the North Star. Okay, that North Star then is always over the Earth's axis, and that's because the Earth spins around that axis, so that axis is always pointing in the same direction in space. What we see from our experience, kind of being glued down by gravity to the Earth on this spot, is that the Earth stays stationary and the sky seems to go around us. A lot of our language is based on that idea. We say the sun rises, not the Earth is tipping to see toward the sun. The sun is shifting every day a little bit. Today it's rising over that stone and setting over this one. Tomorrow it will be setting a little to the south of that, rising a little to the south of that and setting a little to the south of that one. And this makes a great calendar. You can just come out and if you set up these stones, you could come out and there's an ambiguity, but hopefully you can get over the ambiguity. But you know, if it rises over there, it's either got to be halfway between from spring to summer solstice, or from summer solstice to autumnal. You know, so you can figure out from where you see the sun rising what the date is. So ancient cultures used this as a permanent calendar. You didn't have to make any markings. You just looked every day where the sun set up. When I quiz my Astro 100 students, at the beginning of the course I like to quiz them about a few things, and 70% think that the sun is straight overhead at noon every day. Okay? And it's just kind of, we use that language. We say, when is it noon? When the sun is straight up in the sky. But in fact, here in Amherst, the sun is never straight up in the sky. Okay? And in fact, unless you live between the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn, so in that tropical region between 23.5 degrees north and 23.5 degrees south, you'll never see the sun straight overhead.
I learned that at 12 o'clock noon, the sun is not directly over your head, which I was definitely confused about. And I did not know that the North Star is always in the same position.
If you're standing on the North Pole, what we call the celestial North Pole is straight overhead. And that's also, there's a star very close to that called the North Star Polaris. And so if you're standing on the North Pole, Polaris is pretty much straight overhead. If you're standing on the equator over here, Polaris is pretty much on your horizon. And if you're here in Amherst, and I'll put that where we are standing right now, so there we are, there's the flat piece of Earth we're standing on, or the little section of Earth that feels flat to us because the Earth is so big. Here's the direction of the axis of the Earth, and it's pointing up towards Polaris. Any guess what that angle is from to Polaris up in the sky?
23.5. 42.
So what is our latitude?
Yeah, whatever our latitude.
We're at about 42 degrees. Yeah. But sailors have something, things like how many knuckles above the horizon is the sun. You can kind of guess how soon the sun is going to be setting. There are a lot of these sort of by hand measurements you can use to estimate. The one I like to use is about your hand span at arm's length is about 20 degrees. typically. So just got your fingers in of the sun.
Yeah, it's there.
There we go.
This was such a fabulous experience, definitely very easy to learn from and great opportunity to come to with friends and family. This was a fabulous learning experience today.
I am looking forward to coming to the autumn equinox in the fall.